Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Have you ever wondered what a group of ducks was called? Or how many types of apples there were? We'll find that out and more. Get ready to be mind blown by these unbelievable facts that will leave you speechless. Now, on to the facts. Here are 30 random facts to make your day. Okay, this first one is a mouthful. When it comes to group names, ducks are one of the most varied name lists around. Groups of ducks on land have been known as a flock, herd, battling, brace, safe, sword, soar, and waddling. Groups of ducks on water have been known as a bunch, paddling, and raft. And groups of ducks in flight have been known as a skein, string, and team. The enduring popular Rubik's Cube puzzle toy has a staggering number of possible positions. There are approximately 43 quintillion possible permutations of the puzzle. Scotland Yard, officially New Scotland Yard in the UK, is the headquarters of the Metropolitan Police, the territorial police force responsible for policing Greater London's 32 boroughs. It is named such because what used to be the rear entrance of the original police headquarters was located on the street Great Scotland Yard. The Scotland Yard entrance became the public entrance, and over time, Scotland Yard came to be used as not only the common name for the headquarters building, but also to refer to the police services itself. The small pocket within a pocket, found in the right side pocket of blue jeans, which in modern times has been used for such things as coins, lipsticks, and flash drives, was originally intended for pocket watches. There are three different parts to the outer ear. The top of your ear is the ilex, the bottom of your ear is the lobule, and a small pointed piece of cartilage that projects out from the front of the opening of your ear, as well as the hair that grows at the entrance to your ear, is known as the tragus. The 1883 explosion of the Indonesian volcanic island Krakatoa was one of the deadliest and most destructive volcanic events in recorded history. It was so powerful that the resulting pressure waves rounded the entire Earth about 3.5 times. Although most US states and territories rescinded their ban on the keeping of ferrets as pets back in the 1980s and 1990s, it remains illegal to have a pet ferret in California and Hawaii. One of the iconic things in the movie Jurassic Park was the T-Rex roar. The T-Rex roar was created by blending the sounds of a tiger, an alligator, and a baby elephant. SpongeBob SquarePants was originally going to be called SpongeBoy, but the show's legal department mistakenly thought that SpongeBoy was a trademarked mop brand. Plus, it was a character in Flaming Carrot comics. Despite their dog-like behavior, hyenas are more closely related to cats than to dogs. But they are neither a cat nor a dog. They are a distinct species with their own evolutionary lineage. If you like your steaks rare, you might say, I like them bloody. But the red liquid that comes out of a rare steak isn't actually blood, but water retained in the muscle tissue, mixed with a protein called myoglobin. Thanks to the particularly bitter winter of 1794 to 1795, French cavalry were able to charge across the Nieuwe River and capture Dutch ships frozen in place. The capture of ships by horsemen is an extremely rare feat in military history. The term luggage, the belongings of a traveler or the container thereof, is derived from the literal action of using it. You lug your belongings around with you on a trip. If you are backpacking through the Alps, your luggage will be the pack on your back. You can rest easy knowing your greatest of grandfathers hated mosquitoes as much as you do. The oldest example of a mosquito with an anatomy similar to modern species comes from 130 million year old amber. Unlike dogs and humans, cats have no ability to detect sweet flavors. As such, They find such dangerous but sweet tasting things like chocolate and antifreeze solution easy to pass up. Sneezing in response to bright light exposure, such as stepping out into the sunshine after sitting in a dark theater, is called photic sneeze reflex. Not only is the trait inherited genetically, but your genes even determine how many times you'll sneeze in response to the light. Now I know who's to blame. It's the English term mortgage, to refer to the loan one takes out for a home, is derived from French and means death pledge. The pledge dies either through fulfillment of the contract or the foreclosure of the property. Olive color is determined by harvest date. All olive varieties are green when unripened, and green are harvested before they ripen. The various olives turn brown, purple, or black when they are ripe. In addition to green, there are also black olives on the market, but these have been mostly artificially blackened. You can recognize artificially black colored olives by the fact that they are uniformly pitch black. On the other hand, olives that have been ripened on the tree oscillate between black and gray tones. If you'd like a shot at a Pulitzer Prize, don't forget to enter yourself and pay the application fee. It costs $75 US to be considered for the prestigious award for each desired entry category. A pangram is a sentence that contains every character in a given language's alphabet. The most famous English pangram, due to its prominence in early textbooks and in font samples today, is "The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog." Natural gas is odorless. After an explosion in 1937 killed hundreds in a Texas school, laws were passed requiring an easily detected melodorant to be added to all natural gas. Psychological pricing, or charm pricing, is the practice of pricing products with odd values, like $19.99 instead of $20, because consumers are more likely to purchase a product priced in such a fashion. In the film The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, about a man who ages backwards, the head of Benjamin Button was entirely CGI rendered for the first 52 minutes of the film. Unlike humans and other animals, ostriches have no teeth. Instead, the ridges around an ostrich's beak are powerful enough to grind up the seeds, shrubs, grasses, fruit, and flowers they eat. Most armadillo species can form litters that vary in size from 1 to 12. However, the most common litter produced by 9-banded armadillos is genetically identical quadruplets. Despite consumer belief to the contrary, the difference between whole milk, or regular milk, and 2% milk is negligible. Whole milk is only about 3.5% fat. Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner are a duel of cartoon characters that first appeared in 1949. The first episode of this iconic duel was a theatrical short called Fast and Furious. Researchers have found there is more magma in the volcanic system under Yellowstone National Park than previously thought. There's enough magma there to fill the Grand Canyon almost 14 times over. Most common household battery size designations are over a century old. D batteries were introduced in 1898, AA batteries in 1907, and AAA batteries in 1911. There are so many types of apples that if you made your proverbial apple a day, a different variety of apple for each day, it will take you over 20 years to trade all 7,500 plus varieties. There we have it, 30 amazing facts to make your day. What fact surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below. As always, please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell for more fascinating content. Until next time, stay curious and you have a great day.